Hi everyone, welcome back to Bill's podcast. This is a Q&A session and first question is, dollar is more dominant currency, why not other currency? So at what point in the history did dollar become more powerful?
World War II.
Okay.
You have to read history. Like how you follow IPL, right? Mumbai Indians are wondering why we are not dominating. Who is dominating this time?
Now Rajasthan Royals, KKR and SRH.
CSK is nowhere.
But not
Don't
up to
have to
the
feel
top
bad.
level. The competition is between these three.
These three. So there you go. Last year it was different. So these things keep changing with tides of time. It is very rare that a currency dominates for such a long period of time. But the modern world which we see is being built on the American ideology.
Okay.
Which is equality for all, freedom for all, rule of law, and elections, and everyone gets representation. That ideology after World War II took foothold throughout the world, and that has been dominating the world ideology. That's why in school and everything, when I was young and even when you're young, we're being taught that democracy is the best thing.
Okay.
That you should all vote, right? And representation is important. So under that philosophy, dollar has gained traction. Dollar is considered the reserve currency. Right after World War II, there's a guy called Keynes, Lord Keynes. He had a conclave where he called all the winners. He saw what happened to the world after World War I, especially in Europe what happened, and he saw what happened in Germany. So after World War II was won, all the winners got together and he said, listen, let us not give all power to one hand. Let us all agree together to create one common currency, which will be the main currency, and we will all use that currency. But US won the war and said, are we fools? We spent everything. We made sure you guys won. We are not fools. Now this is our time to enjoy. Our currency will only be reserve currency, they declared, and that was over. So no one could say anything because all of Europe could not argue against US because they all borrowed from US. Weapons was borrowed, money was borrowed. Because they were fighting a war with Hitler. So at the time survival was important. So it doesn't matter. Whatever US says, just sign. Get those machines over. Get the tanks over. Get the bullets. Let the Americans come and build base. No problem. We are fighting for survival here, boss. We must first live. After we survive, then we can talk to them. So they signed everything. War was won, as US promised. Then they turned around and said, Baba, can we do? US said,
you have signed all this.
What do you think, I'm a fool? Chance, would you give it up? Same thing. So that's how the dollar became the reserve currency. Then it got more complicated when oil was discovered all over the Middle East. US went and started dominating that. And most of those Middle East kingdoms you see are all reliant on US. Because US bought the technology in to get the oil out, refine the oil and help them sell it to the world and created the money base for them. That's why all their currencies are tied to the dollar. That's why it's called a petrodollar. That was the one in time there was a little bit of a shake-up in the 1970s when OPEC was formed. There was a little bit of a tussle. US forced its domination even more, and now we are sitting here. Now, US is holding on to the reserve currency, the dollar, not because it is very strong and powerful. Right now, we don't have an option. It's like you've been married to your wife for 40 years. She's been treating you terribly. Every year you hate it. Know what to do? At your age now, you're an old man.
We are used to that.
Yes, all your teeth are gone. Okay, you don't look good looking. There's no more money. Right? Who will marry you now? So you rather make peace with your wife.
So you have to accept that.
Yeah, it's true both ways. I'm talking only from our perspective. It's true for the Americans also. Where can the Americans go? There's no other world Americans can go dominate. We are the only world. So we are the world. I hope we don't get struck for that, but it's like that. We are the world. So we have to all get together. In the future, will the currency get knocked off? Yes, 100% yes. But when will it get knocked off? I don't know. Like Anand will say, no. When will the market crash? Definitely it will crash. But when will it crash? I don't know.
So the second question is, hi Vinod sir, is there a possibility will dollar go down next year once the interest rate start easing? Your answer will help me in building positions now in tech and pharma stocks.
So you want to build portfolio in tech and pharma stocks. Okay, then means you're building a portfolio in India. You're buying Indian companies. So more than worrying about the US dollar becoming strong or weak, what you should worry about is the Indian rupee becoming strong or weak. Because the Indian rupee floats also with the dollar. And the RBI is controlling that, and you have to see what is happening in India. In the short term, I don't see the rupee becoming stronger. The rupee will stay weak or become weaker. in the short term. How long is the short term? I would say in a year. So if you look at it in that perspective, all these companies which are bringing in money into India through dollars will get more money.
Okay.
So those companies will do well. Be it in pharma, be it in IT, be it in making Kolhapuri slippers. If the guy has got a Kolhapuri slipper factory and he's exporting to US and all his payments are in US dollars, his revenue will go up.
More government companies are also exporting.
You have to see government companies are sick. You have to see debt.
Okay.
Right. Just don't say, okay, the guy is getting dollar revenue and start buying.
Yeah.
Most government companies in India are sick because of the stiff labor competition we are facing from our neighbors.
Bangladesh.
So, yes. So, till that labor reform happens in India, and all that is a long story, we can talk about another podcast. In the foreseeable future, you can look at any company which is getting its revenue in dollars, majority of its revenue at least, is coming into India, and it is relatively debt-free, are good companies to look at. This is the same true in Japan. The Japanese companies we are looking at are Japanese companies whose revenue come into Japan from outside. So they're receiving all their money into Japan in dollars. So when the yen is weak, that means they're getting more yen. So they become more profitable. That is the ideology over in the Japanese companies too.
Okay. So I hope that this video is informative and interesting. Please like it and share it with your friends and subscribe to this channel for more kind of videos. See you in another episode with an interesting topic. Thanks for watching the video.
Thank you.